y'all. Today we are live for another wash day, and I'm going to show you how I like to wash and blow dry my hair. Now, I blow dry my hair every single week, and I want to show you the products, the tools, the techniques that I use so that I make sure that I am not suffering from any heat damage. So let's dive in. So let's just do a little quick hair analysis. It's been a week since I washed my hair, and I like to work out, and I'm a busy girl, so I like to make sure that my hair is set for the week. I wash it every Wednesday. Look at the scalp. And I don't add any extra things to my hair over the week, so this is pretty good for me. It has been a little dry here because fall is falling, so the weather has dropped, so my skin is a little dry, my hair is a little dry, my face, my scalp is a little dry. So we are just gonna dive into wash day. So let's dive in. If you're new here, my name is Myrna. I'm a curly hairstylist. So if you have any questions about wash day, heat styling, please by all means drop it in the chat. So I'm gonna turn this on. And then, like I said, I like to wash my hair. I don't pre-detangle because that causes a lot of breakage. So I like to just go straight in and wet my hair down. So if you have any questions, feel free to write in the chat. And if you're catching this on the replay, write your comments, write your questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to it later, okay? So I'm just gonna let this water warm up, and when I'm washing my hair, I like the water to be like lukewarm to a little warm, only to open up the cuticles so that my hair can properly get cleansed. Perfect. In my last live, I talked about why I don't like to pre-detangle my hair, because it causes a lot of breakage. So what you want to do is really just get straight in the shower and wet your hair down. We all know that it takes like a little bit before your hair actually gets wet, so you want to soak it in there. Okay, so I'm ready. And like I said, it takes a while before you even feel your hair getting wet. So you really just want to let it soak for a minute. Because when our hair is thoroughly wet, it's more pliable, it's more flexible, so it's easier to detangle. Yeah, so I start to feel it. And you know your hair is getting wet when you feel those curls clumping. Your hair's not as big, it starts to shrink a little bit. And you'll see those curls popping off. Perfect. Perfect. And like I said, you can see those curls starting to come already. That's exactly what you want to see. That's when your hair is ready for a shampoo. We got Maku said, I love you too, Maku. Danilio, hey Danilio. Yo, where y'all tuning in from? Say hi, I'll say hi back, I'll shout y'all out. Perfect, so now my hair is ready for some shampoo, okay? So this is what I tell people, is to make sure that you have a clip already living in your shower, because we are gonna put our hair into manageable sections, okay? So my hair is pretty fine, so I only really need 2 sections. So I'm just gonna divide it in half. I'm gonna do this side first. And I'm just gonna get a little clip, a little alligator clip, and I'm just gonna clip it away, right? And then I'm gonna work on section to section, okay? So then I'm going in with my volume shampoo first. This is a daily clarifying shampoo. It's from my Tomsy Curly hair care line. Everything is plant-based, curl-friendly, and I love this as my clarifying shampoo because it has bentonite clay in it, if you're familiar with that. So it's gonna help give me a deep clean, but keep my hair moisturized. So you see that? Got my little hair in there. Right? And why, when you're doing like any kind of blow drying, any kind of heat styling on your curls, you want to make sure that you are starting on a clean canvas, y'all. Like, you want to make sure that all that product, any sweat, any residue that's on your hair throughout the week, or however long you haven't been washing your hair, gets thoroughly cleaned out. And that's because when you're heat styling, you don't want any like residue on there that can possibly like get burned up while you're putting heat to your hair. Or you don't want to like a weighed down like blowout or silk press. So it's start on a clean canvas every time. So you can see that like I like to section my hair out and then work on section to section because it's the best way for me to work in manageable sections than work all at once. So I clip it to the side, I hold this end, I hold the length of it and the ends, and then I use my other hand to really get at my scalp. So this is really just gonna help me work without causing more tangles, you know? Perfect. And you see how like those curls are starting to clump? That's exactly what we need because that's how we know that our hair is getting moisturized. Perfect. So once I have my scalp cleaned, you see how the suds like to accumulate around the roots? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start to bring that down. And what I'm doing is I'm detangling as I'm saturating the shampoo throughout all my hair. So ideally, I tell my clients to do this in the shower. It's much easier to do in the shower. But you know, for live and demo purposes, we're doing it at the sink. And this is what I'm doing. And that's helping detangle as I get it through. And you can see those curls are starting to clump now. And that's because I'm doing that. And this is the most gentle way to detangle, people. Perfect. Y'all can already see it. And I do this literally every single week. Look at that. Look at those curls. Perfect. And I always go in with a clarifying shampoo first because I have fine hair, so I don't like any of my products like weighing down my hair. I like my hair to feel lightweight. So I go in with a clarifying shampoo first. And I also work out, so I do a lot of sweating from the scalp. So I want to make sure I'm cleaning everything off. Perfect. Let me rinse that out. Clean up a little bit. Where y'all tuning in from? Hey Jack, you have a blessed day too. And then just for comparison wise, look at this. This is just wet. And then this is defined. And this is only shampoo, y'all. So y'all see the difference? When your hair is frizzy, it's mainly because it's dry. It's reaching out into the atmosphere so it can get wet. So you see what happens when you actually moisturize your hair? The comparison. Jack from London. Al, shout out to London. What's up? Perfect. Well, I see more people joining in. Where y'all from? Don't be shy. Say hi. Right? So you see comparison-wise, when your hair is actually moisturized, those curls will clump every time. Right? So I'm just going to put this back. Actually, I'm going to clip this side. Let that sit with the shampoo for a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm grabbing that volume shampoo once again, the clarifying shampoo, and then I'm just gonna squeeze it. You can see it's clear, it's lightweight. See that? And I'm just gonna go in, get that whole section. You can even hear it. It's a little ASMR moment. And then I'm gonna hold with one hand the ends, and then I'm going to grab the other hand and focus on the scalp. I can hear it. And when you like scratch your scalp, you're not really scratching with your fingernails, because that will cause like cuts, and we don't want that because cuts will cause bald spots. So we want to use the pads of our fingers. I'm really just going like this. And you want to lift off, like the friction from the pads of your fingers are enough to really cause the dirt, debris, sweat to lift off of your scalp. Especially if you're an active person, you want to make sure you're really getting at your scalp, because we all know that like sweat and all that stuff, it likes to linger onto our scalp, and that causes dryness after a while. And then, you know what? It's so funny, like, as hard as I go on myself, like, you'll never feel like when somebody else washes your hair. You know what I mean? Like, if someone else was doing this to me, I would be, like, in heaven. Perfect. And then, like I said, I got all the suds accumulated up here, and I'm gonna bring it down. And then that's when you really see it starting to detangle. And I'm gonna gently pull apart anything that's like having a little difficulty. Because my hair is thoroughly wet now and it's thoroughly saturated in product, that it's flexible enough for me to gently start pulling it apart. When your hair is dry, it's really not going anywhere. So you want to make sure that your hair is thoroughly saturated in water and products, so that it makes it so much easier to detangle your curly hair. And y'all see those curls clumping together. Right? You see it starting to look like the other side now? Love it. And you see those curls are elongating as I'm doing it. This way I'm making sure that I'm getting shampoo on every strand. So my hair is thoroughly cleaned. I've had some clients who are like, oh yeah, I make sure that I wash my scalp. But then I'm like, what about the rest of your hair? And then if you keep doing that over time, just focus on your scalp and not your hair starts to get really frizzy after a while. Really frizzy, really dry. And you'll be like, I'm so confused because I wash my hair all the time, but then like it's still dry, and that's because you're not washing your hair. You know, you're washing the scalp, but you also want to wash your hair as well. Karina says, you're so beautiful. Thank you, Karina. Where you tuning in from, Karina? Where y'all tuning in? You got 40 people in the chat now. Where y'all tuning in from? And you can hear it. Perfect. Oh, you see my hair looking long right now. Okay. I love it. And let's bring out the other side. See what the other side talking about? When those curls are clumping, you know your hair is moisturized. Perfect. All right, and then now I'm gonna rinse it out. This is technically the first shampoo. And we all know when we do our first shampoo, it's not gonna really suds up that much, because what it's really doing is taking off like that first layer of like sweat, product, And then that's when the second shampoo is when we really see it lather up. Perfect. So I'm just gonna rinse this out. And this is my clarifying shampoo. If you're just tuning in, this is just the clarifying shampoo, the initial one. I'm going back in with like warmer water. Not too hot because I don't want to dry out my scalp or dry out my hair, but just warm enough to open up those cuticles. And you see, I'm just really letting the water run down because I don't have to do too much because we already detangled. I'm just going to wring that out. Perfect. And we can already see those curls popping off, and this is only the first shampoo. Ooh, look at that. And this is only the first shampoo. Okay. Perfect. And now I'm gonna go in with my second shampoo, which is the moisture shampoo. So the first one was the clarifying shampoo, and that was making sure we got a deep clean, getting everything off the hair and scalp. And now we're gonna go back in and we're gonna start putting some moisture into the hair. Like I said before, we're gonna be blow drying, so we wanna make sure that we start on a fresh, clean canvas, and we're gonna moisturize, put in as much moisture as we can. What is it? Hey, Jonathan, good afternoon to you too. What y'all up to? Wash day is Wednesdays for me. What are y'all up to? Y'all on lunch? Y'all working? What's going on? Working and on YouTube. So like I said, it's my moisture shampoo. Compared to the volume shampoo, this one's much more creamier. It's thicker. But what I love about it is that it's not like heavy, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I have fine hair and I don't need anything weighing my hair down, especially if I'm gonna blow it out. Cherish says, I love your hair. Thanks, Cherish. I'm out here trying to take care of it. Trying to show y'all how to take care of y'all hair. So I'm gonna lather it up. You see that? Moisture shampoo. And it smells so good. It smells so clean. Everything's plant-based. Perfect. So like I'm doing like just like the other side, doing section by section. Cherish, where you tuning in from? Yeah, you need to wash your hair. How often you wash your hair? So you see, I'm going in, and you see, like I said, it's gonna suds up more now that this is the second wash. So I just ran it through, make sure I got it from the scalp all the way down to the end. And then hold one section, grab the other hand, and I'm gonna go in on the scalp. This makes sure that I don't get anything tangled, and it's really sudsing up now. Your blowouts are so flawless. Zizi said, thank you, Zizi. I'm gonna show you how I do it today. Tune in or catch the replay. Y'all getting the whole thing today. I literally do this every week. I blow dry my hair every week, y'all. And y'all see how my curl's still curling? I'm giving y'all all the tea. Stop playing. Pack says Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too. Thank you. Y'all can hear that. Again, I'm not scratching. Pads in my fingers. Rub. The friction is enough to get it off of your scalp. You don't need your nails. It is really suds it up too. That's how you know it's clean, clean. Perfect. And then now you see I just naturally do it. I'm just going to grab all those suds and I'm gonna bring it down. Going like this. Let me just wipe that off. I'm going like this. And I'm separating those curls and saturating the product into the curls. Jen says new hair, definitely subscribing. Thank you, Jen. Y'all don't just watch. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm a curly hairstylist. Like, this is my specialty. So if you have any questions, any struggle with your hair, curly or not, honestly, like, just write it down in the chat. I'm here for y'all. And you can see it, you can hear it too. And you see, I'm not struggling or anything like that. Like, I haven't had any like curls come out. This is how we keep our hair on our head. You want to gently detangle. Use your fingers. Get really good with your fingers, and then you won't even have to use tools. I have not used a tool yet. Look at that. Perfect. Another little close-up shot for y'all. Curls. Okay. Jen says, I have 4B and it's really cold here. How can I keep my moisture? Girl, I'm gonna let you know. So when it comes to, it's cold over here too. I'm in New York, and this week the weather got so crazy. So my skin is reacting. I have really dry skin, really dry hair and scalp naturally. So this is the time that you really want to just start moisturizing your hair. So I wash my hair once a week, and that way I can make sure that I fend off any dryness, because I'm constantly moisturizing my hair that doesn't really have a chance to get dry. I also use a deep conditioner every single wash. Like, I don't use a regular rinse out conditioner. I use a deep conditioner, so that I know that I'm making sure that I'm using a deep conditioner that's going to push moisture into my hair and make it last longer. And I'll show you how I like to deep condition as well, and the deep conditioner I like to use. Jessica asks, oh, and Jen says she's low porosity. Okay, great. So low porosity, I'll show you exactly how to condition your hair when you have low porosity hair. You definitely want to use a deep conditioner, because a deep conditioner is going to make sure that your hair stays moisturized for longer, especially in colder weather. Jessica says, should you use a regular conditioner with deep conditioner for fine, low porosity type 4 hair? So when you have fine, low porosity type 4 hair, so when it comes to a conditioner, y'all don't need a regular conditioner. I just say throw away your regular conditioner. A deep conditioner is all you need. I got suds all over here. And that's because a regular conditioner is not going to do much, especially when you have curly hair. The name of the game is moisture, moisture, moisture. So you don't want to just waste time, honestly, and waste product with a regular conditioner. Perfect. All right, so then I did this side. Let me just get the moisture shampoo on the other side. And we're going to keep this thing going. You see, richer, creamier. We won't go on the other side. What else y'all saying? Jen says, thank you. You're welcome, Jen. You'll stay watching for the info. Perfect. Grab that shampoo, focus it on the scalp, grabbing the other end so it doesn't get tangled. MM says hello. Hey, MM. Coming this way. Zizi says, how do I avoid getting dry, parched, blow-dried hair? So this is, I'm showing y'all the game right here. So basically when it comes to blow drying your hair or putting any heat to your hair, it's all about moisture, y'all. Put as much moisture into your hair as possible. And I'm gonna show y'all, I'm telling you, I'm doing my whole routine, washing, deep conditioning, and blow drying. I'm showing you all the products that I use. And it starts with a good wash. Make sure you're starting your blow dry on freshly washed, clean hair. I do the clarifying shampoo to get everything off my hair and scalp. And I do the moisture shampoo for a second clean and to start putting some moisture back into my hair. Laura said, I love your hair. Thank you, Laura. And you're welcome, Jessica. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Any questions, drop them into the chat. If you're going to catch the replay, drop it in the comments. I'll get back to you later. And you see, I'm always holding this. It's so much easier to do when you're in the shower, when you're standing up. So you see me just linked up. Perfect. And then, like I'm doing already, you grab the suds that are accumulating and you bring them down. And I'm detangling as I bring it down. Any you see that is getting a little stuck, gently pull it apart. Another one, gently pull it apart. Doing it like this has helped me keep so much hair on my head, y'all. Because I have fine hair too, so if I just like run a brush or comb through it, I'm ripping all my hair out. Another one, another tangle. Gently pull it apart. And the reason why this is easier to do is because my hair is wet and it's saturated with product. When your hair is wet and has product in it, it's more elastic. It has high elasticity, so you're able to, it's able to stretch more without breaking. Perfect. Perfect. And this saves you so much time if you're the kind of person who likes to like pre-poo, pre-detangle. Stop doing that and just hop in the shower. Zizi's from Nigeria. Hey, Nigeria. Jessica from Michigan. Hey, Michigan. Y'all are in here. I love that. Just going to finish detangling these bits. And then we're just going to rinse it out. And then we're going to head over and do the deep conditioner. So we just did our 2 shampoos. One with a clarifying shampoo. The other one with a moisture shampoo. Perfect. Perfect. My hair looking so long like that. Come on, elongation. Perfect. And you see it's all sudsy now, but it's because it got really cleaned. Hey, Daria. Yeah, I think it's Daria. How often do y'all wash your hair? Let me know. How many times in a month do y'all wash your hair? I wash my hair every week. I know some people, majority of the people, like to wash their hair every other week. So that's twice a month. And some people only do it once a month. Be honest, no judgment. So I'm just going to rinse it out now. And I don't have to do too much manipulating because we already detangled. So I'm just letting the water get through and run through the hair. Gonna wring that out, get any excess moisture out. Perfect. Ooh, let me get that. Ooh, look at those curls, y'all. Clean. You can can you hear it? It's clean. There's a little squeak to it, but not too crazy. That's exactly how you want it. That's because all that product is off your hair and scalp. Now, let me see what y'all saying. Jessica says, can you still use grease or butters with fine hair to seal, or should I stick to mainly oils and milk type products? Sorry, but not too often I get to ask these questions. No, ask your questions. This is what I'm here for. And you wash your hair weekly. I love to hear that, Jessica, because you have fine hair. It's great to wash your hair weekly because your hair starts to accumulate products and sweat. It weighs it down more than if you have thicker hair. So it's better to wash your hair weekly. And when it comes to fine hair, you don't want to use any products that's too heavy for your hair, that's going to weigh your hair down. So butters and grease may be a little bit too heavy. So you want to stick to like lightweight products. So like mist, sprays, and like creams that are really thin. Those would be best for your hair. And Daria says she washes her hair after every hairstyle. How long do you wear your hairstyles, Daria? Zizi says she washes it every 2 weeks. I love that. And then, like, are y'all deep conditioning? Let me know. That's the next one. I'm going to grab my deep conditioner, and then we're going to head over and we're going to steam. We're going to do a little hair steam treatment, too. So bring that over. Perfect, perfect. Ooh, let me dry myself a little bit, y'all. And you can see those curls. Look at those curls in the sun. And this is only after shampooing. Okay. Jessica says she has a lot of density though. Same thing. I have fine hair with like a good amount of density as well. It's all about the strand. What can your strand handle? You know? You don't want anything too heavy. Zizi says she deep conditions every other wash. I would challenge you to, Zizi, to deep condition your hair every wash day. And you'll notice your hair holds on to moisture so much better when you do that. So this is a microfiber towel. It's not cotton, it's not gonna strip the moisture. So what I'm doing is I really just like squeeze the moisture out. I'm not like rubbing or anything like that. I'm squeezing the moisture out. Perfect. And now we're getting ready for our deep conditioner. So I'm gonna part the hair in two again. Ooh. Is that a little, there you go. Have a little bit of suds in there. And look how clean that scalp is. You know your scalp is clean when it's really like the color of like your skin. Like not like, maybe like 2 shades lighter. Pedri's is tuning in from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? I love that. Once again, parting my hair into 2 sections. And I'm going to go in with my deep conditioner. Now, this is the deep repair treatment. And I love this deep conditioner because it has keratin protein in it. And if you're unfamiliar, keratin is a natural protein that's found in our hair, skin, and nails. And it's responsible for keeping our hair strong and fighting against frizz and keeping our hair manageable. And I love it because as a deep conditioner that has protein in it, it has that moisture and protein balance. So you don't have to go back and forth, but like, what does my hair need? This is like all you need. It's just this one deep conditioner. And it's creamy. What I love about it is that it's not heavy. It's creamy, but it's not heavy. So it's not going to feel like heavy on your hair. It's great for even my fine hair clients. And then I'm just going to go in, and I'm not focused on the scalp. I'm really just getting the length and the ends. Sasa's from South Africa. Hey, Sasa. Tuning in from South Africa. I love that. Zizi says, I'm considering doing a rice water treatment and alternating that with deep conditioning. Yes, I noticed my hair was a lot more moisturized when I deep conditioned every wash. I always pre-poo with oil. So I don't recommend pre-pooing, like I said earlier in the live, because when you pre-poo, it is detangling your hair on dry hair. And when your hair is dry, it's stiff, so it's hard for it to move. So when you try to detangle your hair on dry hair, even if you use oil and a little bit of water, it's not as flexible as it would be if you just like washed your hair. So that's why I say stop pre-pooing, just really just get in the shower and wet your hair down, because we know it takes a while before our hair even gets wet. So just go in the shower and wet your hair down, and then you can start washing your hair. I detangle with the shampoo in my hair. Like this, I haven't even used a tool yet. All this detangling, all this curl clumping is just me using my fingers. This is why I say get really good with detangling your hair with your fingers, finger detangling, because that's the most gentle way of detangling your hair. And when it comes to rice water, I haven't used rice water before, but I know some people live by it. If you used rice water before, leave it in the chat. Let us know what your experience was. Okay, and this is my last little bit. And you can already see those curls are coming together. And doing the same thing that we did with the shampoo. I'm just going like this, and I'm getting those curls clumping. And you can see those curls are coming together. And it's so easy for me to get it through. I'm not meeting any resistance. So I love a good deep conditioner with slip to it, because then it's easy to get throughout your whole hair. Perfect. Perfect. Right? You see those curls coming out? Look at the little ends. And then, just comparison. Shampooed, freshly deep conditioned. Freshly washed, shampooed, deep conditioned. I'm going to clip that away, and I'm going to put it on the other side. Goldilocks says, can you say hi, Jasmine, because it's my birthday? Hey, Jasmine, happy birthday. Oh my goodness, it's Scorpio season. Good for you. Enjoy. I hope you get into something fun. Can you show the deep conditioner again? Yes, absolutely. My deep repair treatment. Let me just put it in my hair real quick and I'll show you the bottle. So like I said, all products are from my Time to Curly hair care line, all plant-based, all sulfate-free, safe for color-treated hair, keratin-treated hair, and all lightweight, because I'm not a very heavy product kind of girl. I want to make sure that it's lightweight for even my fine hair clients. Let me show you the bottle again. The deep repair, got my hair on it, the deep repair treatment. Perfect. And like I said, it's cream, but it's not too heavy. It's thin, you know? So it's gonna help me get that slip so that I can help detangle my hair. It really makes your hair feel like butter. That's what all my clients say. It's like, you could see like how moisturized it gets the hair. Zizi says, I have mid-back length hair. I am considering becoming a blow-dried natural, but my hair doesn't seem to like it. It is always dry. I am tired of protective styles and keeping my hair out of touch. So I'm happy you said that, because this is what I notice when it comes to my girls who live in protective styles, is that when you have your braids in your protective style, you are not really able to tend to your hair on a regular basis. You're not really giving your hair the moisture that it needs. And when you have curly hair, moisture is the name of the game, because you need to think about it like this. When your hair is dry, it is prone to breakage, because like we said, it's not elastic enough. So if you put any tension on that hair, it breaks right off. And when you live in and out of protective styles, what happens is that your hair will grow a little bit, but then you notice that once you take it out, like so much hair comes out because you haven't been regularly shedding, like detangling and taking that shed hair out. But then you'll notice that you have to cut off so much of your hair because that hair is weak. It's like you have growth, but the growth is like so weak and brittle, and your hair is not trained to hold on to moisture. So if you want to be a straight natural and start blow drying your hair more often, you have to get really good at putting moisture into your hair, because we all know that heat styling is drying. So you have to put moisture into your hair. And the best way to teach your hair to hold onto moisture for longer is to regularly wash and deep condition your hair. That's why I say if you're gonna go through all the trouble of wash day, don't just put a regular rinse out conditioner in your hair. Put a deep conditioner in your hair because it's going to keep your hair moisturized for longer. So it teaches your hair over time to hold on to that moisture. So when you're eventually ready to start blow drying your hair regularly, being a straight natural, your hair will learn how to hold on to moisture so it won't look all dry and like crunchy at the end. So then, oh, look at those curls. We got the deep conditioner in. Perfect. Let me just turn on this hair steamer real quick. Perfect. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gather it all together and I'm gonna put it. Zee says, thank you for the tips, very helpful. I'm happy to help. Absolutely, I'm happy y'all getting something out of it. So I got the deep conditioner in there and I'm just gonna bring it all to the top. Look at those curls. It's like a little pom-pom. And I'm gonna clip it all up. And then I'm gonna move over to the hair steamer. But before I do that, let me just answer Jessica's question. Jessica says, how often should you leave a protective style in braids in max? I've had braids for 2 months in washing every other week, but I did that back to back a few times. Now I know that's a no-no. Lol, we know what we're doing wrong. Hold on, let me answer that. I'm just gonna bring y'all over to the hair steamer. Boop. I wanna bring y'all a little closer. So this hair steamer I use on every single client. Let me get myself underneath it. Boop. Perfect. I'm gonna bring y'all a little closer though. So let me answer Jessica's question real quick about protective styling while this gets ready. So when it comes to protective styles, I'm just gonna bring it a little closer. When it comes to protective styles, you don't wanna keep it in your hair for too long. I say keep a protective style in for like a month max, month to 6 weeks. And that's because, like I said, is that you're not really washing your hair, you're not really moisturizing your hair on a regular basis. I love that you wash your hair bi-weekly, Jessica. I think that's really good while you have your hair in braids. But here's the thing is that when you have a protective style and you use like braided hair, added hair, is that hair will strip moisture from your hair. Like that's why our hair feels extra dry, even if we do like take care of it. Our hair feels extra dry because the moisture that we put into our hair is gonna go to the braided hair first and then it's gonna go to your own hair. So that's why our hair feels so parched. So when it comes to protective style, I say 4 weeks max. That's my like limit is 4 weeks, but you can push it to 6 weeks. So like a month and 2 weeks. And once you take your protective style down, you want to do the repair treatment. So you want to do like a strengthening treatment, a moisture treatment, the whole 9, because then our hair will be stronger afterwards. It's really like you got to go into like SOS repair mode. And you don't want to do protective styles back to back because that's really like, you're really just like drying out your hair. So I tell my clients, like, you don't want to be so reliant on a protective style. You want to have it for when like you're going on your vacation, you have your vacation braids, or like in the winter when it's like our hair is so dry because the weather is drying out your hair. You just need to put your hair away for like a month at a time. You just need a little break. That's when you use a protective style. Protective styles are not meant to live in and do back to back, because that's when we start to see our hair starts to disintegrate, starts to dry out, starts to thin out when you do too much protective styles back to back. Hope that helps. And I just want to give y'all a little close up of the steamer. You see that? It's getting ready to boil, it's getting ready to bubble. And I love a steam treatment. Let me close that. especially during the winter months, the drier months, or coming out of a protective style, because it really just like pushes moisture into your hair and into your scalp. So I like to pair it with my deep conditioner so that I know that my hair is going to get a moisture boost. And that's why I said, especially because we're going to be blow drying, I want to put as much moisture into my hair as possible. ZZ says, I do my twists. Oh, Jessica said, yes, you're amazing. Thank you. You're most welcome, Jessica. ZZ said, I do my twists and braids without added hair, but it, sorry, let me read that. But it's still easy to neglect the hair even with mini twists and mini braids. Yes, that's so true. It's those styles that like you set it and forget it that's really like messing y'all up. It's like you put your hair in a style and you're just like going about your days and you forget to like really take care of your hair. You put some oil on your scalp and you think that's enough when it's really not. Like I said, when you have curly hair, it's begging for moisture. When your hair is moisturized, you notice that your hair is so much easier to manage. It's easier to detangle, it holds on to styles a lot longer, those curls are clumped for a lot longer. So you want to normalize wash day and washing your hair more often. I personally wash my hair every week, and I've said this before, but when I was really young, I used to suffer with a really dry, itchy, flaky scalp. Like I was able to scratch my scalp, and then it would be like snowfall. And I really struggled with it as a kid, but then once I started to wash my hair weekly, like I noticed that my scalp can hold on to moisture so much longer that I don't need to put any product in it. And Zizi said, how long do you steam for? This steamer is 20 minutes. Jen says she's washes her hair every Thursday. Ew, mine is Wednesday. I like those like off beaten paths. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone does Sundays. Sundays for everybody, but when you have a weekday, weekday wash day. Jen said, same. I just got over my dandruff a year ago. I mean, it's all about moisturizing your hair. I love that your hair is your scalp is like on the up and up. And one thing I will say, if you have a dry scalp, throwing oil at it is not going to solve your scalp issues. Let's think about it like this. If you were thirsty, would you reach for oil or would you reach for water? So why every time our scalp is dry and itchy, we're reaching for oil, we're trying to oil it. And here's the thing is that when you oil your scalp, especially when people are like heavy-handed and they oil their scalps, it's like you'll notice that it causes what happens is that our scalp has sebaceous glands, which are oil glands already in it. So that when you put oil on your scalp, it teaches your body that there's an overproduction of oil. So it tells your body to stop producing oil. So then you're on a perpetual like dryness of your scalp. You're like, oh my God, my scalp is dry. Let me put oil. And then your body's like, there's too much oil. Stop producing oil. And then your hair is always dry. So stop oiling your scalps when you have a dry scalp. Let me see what this name. I can't really say. How long do you think I should let my hair air dry normally? So when it comes to air drying, it's not my favorite only because it gives you unpredictable results. Because when you air dry your hair is not getting dry all at the same time. So when people air dry their hair, they notice that their hair gets frizzier and it doesn't last as long. Their styles don't last as long. So that's why I started blow drying my hair personally, is because I noticed that once I dry my hair, blow dry it, or even if I have clients who do a wash and go and I do like a hooded dryer or use a diffuser, their style is able to last a lot longer because the heat is going to set the hair and keep the moisture in the hair. Jen said, "Yep, I stopped putting oil on my scalp, and that helped your dandruff, right? It's like when you need to stop oiling your scalp when you have a dry scalp. It's really doing nothing for you, and it feels like you're doing something, but it's really not. It's you have to teach your body to produce the oil to keep your hair moisturized. It's like we put way too much product, we do too much, and it's not doing what it needs to." Juju said, "What are the best professional products to use at home for natural hair?" So, when it comes to products, I have my own product line. Like I said, I'm a hairstylist, so I use it on different curl types, hair types. I said when it comes to hair products, you want to choose products that you can find in a hair salon. If a hair salon is using it, then it is a good professional product. The problem with products that you can get at like a drugstore, Target, or anything like that. The problem with those is that they are really just trying to get your money, people. Like you see that, like I learned this in beauty school. They said when you look at a product and it says 30% more free on it, that means they just added water. You know what I mean? And when you go to the drugstore, you get overwhelmed because there's so many products to choose from that you're just like feeding the product junkiness of yourself and you're just buying everything. You want to use quality products when it comes to your hair. And I say salon products because even though those bottles are smaller and they're more pricier, the thing is that they were crafted by professionals they were crafted by scientists, hairstylists, people who work with hair all the time. And then it's like it's a more concentrated, so you don't have to use as much product as if you get something from the beauty supply store. Those products that you get at the beauty supply store, you feel like you have to just like use so much. You have to be so heavy-handed for your hair to feel something. But when you use a professional product, a little bit goes a long way. And I know y'all probably experienced that before. So I say use salon professional products. I just want to show y'all this steamer real quick. It's really getting in there. And this thing is for 20 minutes. Perfect. Let me see. Let me read what y'all said. Yeah, Jen said, yup, disappeared. It's all facts. Exactly. Stop oiling your scalps. Stop oiling your dry scalps. Doris said, what is the maximum to have braids in? I said 4 to 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, you're going to have a lot of shed hair. So that's going to cause a lot of matting, a lot of tangles. It's going to be so hard to like detangle your hair after 6 weeks. And that's when you start to notice a lot of breakage when you take your styles down. So I say 4 to 6 weeks, 6 weeks max. And don't go back to back protective styles. Jen said, what's your brand name? Definitely interested. Yes, my products, everything is also linked in the description of this video, and you can also find it on my channel. And it is Timelessly Curly. Let me pull out the product again. Whew. It is Timelessly Curly. Ooh. And this is the deep conditioner that we're using right now to deep condition my hair. And also the hair steamer is also linked, y'all. Everything that I'm using today is linked in the description. And like I said, I use this thing. I've used this thing for like 2 years already, like on like all my clients, and it is holding on for real. I love this thing. I also like to put a few drops of like eucalyptus oil, essential oil in it, because it's gonna help like open up my scalp. It's gonna open up those cuticles, and it's gonna help detox and fortify it. Aisha says hi. I think that's how you pronounce your name, Aisha. Hey, Aisha. Dara says thanks. Of course, Dara, I'm happy to help. Zizi says, can you recommend some low manipulation styles or ways to style your hair that are not protective styles, mini twists, and mini braids? Yes, absolutely. So when it comes to low manipulation styles, I say low manipulation styles are the styles that you need in order to grow out your hair. And that is because A low manipulation style is something that I live in. I tell all my clients to do because it'll get you from wash day to wash day without you having to do too much manipulation to your hair, right? So then I like to say a bun. Get really good with a bun, y'all. Like a bun, you could dress it up, you could dress it down. I live in a bun and I'm able to grow my hair out. Like for the past 2 years I've been wearing a bun like on the regular, and I've been growing out my hair. And the reason why that is so helpful is because you want to tuck away the ends of your hair. Think about it like this: the ends of your hair is the oldest parts of your hair. It's literally been sticking through thick and thin. So then the problem with that is that it tends to break off easier, it gets dry easily. So you want to protect those ends, especially if you're trying to grow out your hair and retain length. So get really good at low manipulation styles like buns. You can even do any updo is great because it gets the ends of your hair off of your clothes. Your clothes are really gonna like cause friction and dry out your ends. Especially if you're a kind of person who likes to wear like your out styles and you notice that every time you have to go to the salon that they have to trim off those ends. Take those ends off of your clothes and it's gonna really like help you maintain your length. Right? Jen says, yep, buns. I have to be gentle though on my edges. Yes, don't get too crazy, y'all. Just like don't be so slick, so tight. It's not necessary. Unless you're going on a red carpet event, your hair does not have to be like always on point, y'all. Like be gentle with your hair. Mm, let's see. Aisha says, I wish I looked like you. Aisha, stop. I bet you're gorgeous. Stop that. Alright. And yeah, like I said, when it comes to my buns, I keep my buns really like low-key loose because I don't want, if you feel like something is pulling at your hair, pulling at your scalp, you want to loosely like make it loose because you don't want it to cause any tension on your hair and scalp because we're trying to keep our edges. We're trying to keep our hair on our head. So like I said, this is about like 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, y'all drop it in the chat. If you're catching it on the replay, put it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Perfect. Ooh. And I like this because especially during the cold winter months, you want to use some steam because it's going to really help push your deep conditioner into your hair. And to be honest with you, like the steam from your shower is enough to give your hair a steam treatment. You don't have to have a whole contraption every time. This is great from when you're coming out of protective style or when your hair is feeling really parched because the weather has changed. Like, but other than that, I really just use the steam from my shower as enough to give me a steam treatment. Jen says, is there a difference on your edges from doing a low bun or a top bun? So yeah, so when you're doing like a low bun, a lot of the tension is on the top of your hair because you're bringing everything, you're redirecting everything back. When you're doing a top bun, the tension is literally on the whole perimeter of your hair because you're bringing everything up. So when you're using a bun, don't get comfortable doing the same bun every time. That's my issue, is that I would do the same bun every time. And then after a while, you're like, am I noticing a little bit of breakage in these tension spots? So you want to, if you do a bun or anything like that, you want to change it up every so often on how you let it sit. Perfect. What are y'all go-to styles? Let me know y'all go-to styles. Jen says she loves a bun. I think Zizi says she does her mini twists. Anything else? I do my high puffs. I love my high puffs as well. I haven't done it in a minute because I've been blow drying my hair, but I love a good high puff. Anything that's off of your shoulders is great. Vivian says, "Hi, can you grow your hair with twists? Can you wash your hair with twists?" So when you're doing like mini twists, or if you have twists with a protective style, you can grow your hair, but you still want to be adamant on keeping your hair moisturized. So when you're doing mini twists, you can still, I remember I used to do this back in the day. I used to wash my hair with twists in and with braids in. And then I used to, like even deep condition, you just press the deep conditioner in it and then rinse it out later. And then if you know how to twist your hair or braid your own hair, I would just retwist it. Like, because I would have the parts already singled out, so that I would just like retwist it later on. But it's all about like, are you keeping your hair moisturized? If you're not moisturizing your hair enough, then you can just like be sure that your hair is just like dying. It's all about moisture, y'all. Lily says she does the messy space buns. Those are so cute. I love a good space bun, but I just feel like my forehead is a little bit too big to be having it all out like that. Like, but a good space bun, a good messy space bun is so cute. I just said, where are you from? I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You can probably hear it a little bit in the accent. Melissa said, is that steam? Yes, this is steam, Melissa. So I use my, oh, it's done. I use my deep conditioner, and then I use the steamer. I put a few drops of eucalyptus oil in it to just help like detox and open up my pores of my scalp. So now we're going to head back and we are going to rinse this out. Boop. So that was fun. That was 20 minutes. Let me see what y'all saying. Boop. Yes. Zizi says she loves buns as well, but I have really thick hair, so I have to do like 3 different sections to make a proper bun. I'm transitioning into doing more braid outs, twist outs, instead of leaving them in. Yeah, so and that's the thing when you have thick hair, is that you really have to like section your hair out in order for you to get that sleekness. So if you have finer hair, you have to be like thankful. Like I had to teach myself this, is to be thankful for my fine hair, because those sleek buns and everything is so much easier to do than when you have thick hair. So Zizi, now that you said that you're gonna do braid outs and twist outs, I think that's great, but make sure that you keep your ends off of your clothes, because you don't want them snagging at your clothes. Because that's going to cause split ends and that's going to cause breakage. So if you're trying to grow your hair out, I love the idea of twist outs and braid outs, but make sure that you have it like off of your clothes. 999 Carrie said, I started getting really bad dandruff. I don't know why. What can I do to combat that? If you're getting bad dandruff, that just means that your scalp is very dry. Very dry. That's just an indicator of dryness. So when you have those little tiny white flakes, that's normal dryness. So that's nothing to be concerned about. That's just your scalp telling you that it's time to wash your hair. And then when you have those like large flaky like dandruffs, that's when you've been ignoring those little white dots for so long that they turn into big flakes. So what you want to do is that you want to get into a good 999. You want to get into a good consistent regimen when you wash your hair. So you want to make sure that you have like a clarifying shampoo is going to be really good, because it's going to deeply clean your scalp to make sure you get everything off of your scalp. I have the volume shampoo that I used earlier. And this is good because it has that bentonite clay in it. So what it's going to do, if you ever use like a clay mask, what happens is that it starts to suck all the like debris, pollution out of your face. So it does the same thing for your scalp. So it gives you a good exfoliate and wash. So get a good clarifying shampoo that's going to get everything off your hair and scalp, but not like leave your hair dry. So I would start there, and I would say 999 to wash your hair once a week and deep condition. If you can't do it once a week, then do it bi-weekly and work your way up. I think that's the best place to start. Melissa says, what do you recommend for hair breakage? When your hair is breaking off, that means that one, it is dry, and two, it is weak. So you want to make sure that you're going in with a deep conditioner. Find a deep conditioner that has a little bit of protein in it and a little bit of moisture. I use my deep repair treatment that has keratin, which is a natural protein found in our hair, and it has moisture, so it gives you that good moisture strength balance. So Melissa, I would definitely start deep conditioning. Find a good deep conditioner that you can use on your hair every single wash day. Sabrina says, I love you. I love you too, Sabrina. Vivian says, my hair is thin. What can I do to give it more body? To give your hair, my hair is on a thinner side too, and it's all about a good cut, a good trim and a good cut. A good cut that's going to give your hair some shape is going to give it the illusion that it has more body and everything to it. But let me just rinse this out real quick, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to blow dry, because I'm losing some light, y'all, so I got to get through this. And this is the hair after steaming. Yes. It pushed, literally, I can feel it. The steamer pushed all the products into the hair. Because it doesn't feel like it's on the surface anymore. Like, more of the products went into the hair. So that's why you want to pair heat, especially if you have low porosity hair. You want to pair your deep conditioner with some heat, so it pushes that deep conditioner in there. So let me just rinse this out real quick, and then we're going to get to blow drying. And like y'all saw, I have not used a detangling brush or detangling tool at all, but my hair is thoroughly detangled. All from using my fingers. That's what I'm saying. Get good at finger detangling, and you won't have to worry too much. Gonna wring out the excess. Perfect. And then you see those curls popping off. I love it. Your curls are happy when they are moisturized, y'all. And like I said, I always go in and just squeeze. This is a microfiber towel. Microfiber towels are great because they're not going to strip your hair of the moisture, but it's going to take out the excess. People also like to use their cotton t-shirts. That really helps too. And you don't want to rub. Don't rub. We're not doing that. That's causing friction. That's causing frizz. Literally just squeeze. All right, and let's head over to blow dry. Let me bring this light because it's getting dark. Oh my goodness. Let me turn this light on. Perfect. All right. Let me see if I had any questions. Oh, it's so orange. I hate when it turns so orange. Okay. Lily says, my gym has a steam room once a week. I decondition and sit in the steam room for 10 minutes. Should I sit in there for longer? No, 10 minutes is perfect. Oh, I'm so jealous. I always wanted to go in the steam room with a deep conditioner. I think that is like the it girl thing to do. So I love that you do that. And 10 minutes is enough. If you look at the back of the bottle of a deep conditioner, it usually says like 10 to 15 minutes anyway. That you don't need any more, any less. People who deep condition their hair overnight, you're doing too much. If you have it in for an hour, you're doing too much. It really doesn't do anything extra. So let's deep condition our hair and then just like wash it out. Let's move on with our lives. All right. So I love that for you, Lily. Keep it up. 10 minutes is perfect. And go into that steam room and then you got, it's everything. I'm so jealous. Sabrina says, hey and bye. Bye, Sabrina. It was good to have you. Zizi says, will do. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, Zizi. I'm happy to help. 999, thank you a bunch. Absolutely. And let me know how that turns out. Just come back and like write in the comments. I want to know how that works out for you. If you have any questions, y'all, like make sure that you write it in the chat. I'm here to help you. I just want to just show y'all what I'm doing. I want to help y'all out too. Sabrina says, how old am I? I am 31. I just turned 31 at the end of September. I know I'm trying to age backwards, y'all. I'm really trying to age backwards. I'm working out and all that. 999 says, my hair also won't grow. It seems like for years on top of dandruff. Yeah, so if you are struggling with hair growth, if you're like stagnant, it really is your regimen. Like that means the regimen that you've been doing is really not conducive to your hair growth, you know what I mean? So let's go back to the fact that you're dealing with dandruff. That really shows me that you're not moisturizing your hair enough or washing it enough. So that's why I say go to washing your hair. If you're washing your hair once a month, start washing your hair bi-weekly. Deep condition every time you wash your hair. Literally every time you wash your hair, throw out your regular conditioner, only use a deep conditioner. So deep condition your hair once every time you wash your hair bi-weekly, and then work your way up to a week. And don't use any oils on your scalp. If you have a dry scalp, don't use any oils on your scalp. Because we want to teach our hair, we want to teach our body to produce its own oils. All right, y'all, let me get my products for our deep conditioning. Give me 1 second. Here. Perfect. So I'm just gonna part my hair again to one side. And Lily said, oh my God, I'm an it girl. Love to hear it. Yes, you are such an it girl. I love that. Steaming in a steam room with a deep conditioner, that's like everything. Everything. That's a dream to me. Lily said, thank you for the info, following you right now. I love that. Yes, subscribe, y'all, because I'm trying to help y'all out. Like, I'm not doing this for my health. Join the community. Yasu says hi. Hey, Yasu. I'm sorry, I'm abbreviating y'all names. It's long names, y'all. Work with me. Hey, Yasu, where you turning in from? Where you tuning in from? Vivian says, do you use normal conditioner first or do you use a deep conditioner after? I only use a deep conditioner. I don't use a regular conditioner. You don't need to do both. If you're doing both, you're really doing too much. All right, y'all, so let's move on to, let me see any other questions. Oh, Jen, bye, Jen. It was so good hanging out with you. She says, I have to go, but definitely going to invest in some products. You've been very helpful. Take care. I'm so happy to help you. Jen, until next time, reach out. So happy to have you here. Sabrina says, hey, can we call? I'm not taking calls at the moment, only because I have to rush and do this and take the dog out. The dog is just like looking at me like, when are you gonna take me out to go pee? So let me do this. So what I'm doing, y'all, is let's move on to the blow dry. We're at the blow dry portion. If you can't stay, I'm going to leave this live on my channel so you can catch the replay. Leave your comments. I'm gonna get back to you later. So now we're moving on to the blow dry. I'm going in with my emergency miracle treatment, and this is my leave-in conditioner. Before any style you do, you want to use a leave-in conditioner because this is going to keep your hair moisturized for longer. But next time, Sabrina, if I'm doing a live, I'm definitely going to consider doing chats. So y'all can call in and we can have like a little virtual consultation. I may do that. But this is the Emergency Miracle treatment. It is thin, it's a cream, but it's thin, and that's so important when it comes to your products, because we want them to seep into our hair, not sit on top. Especially when you're going to heat style. You don't want heavy products, y'all. If you want that like silky, like movable finish, don't use heavy products. Especially if you have fine hair, you should not be using any heavy products. So I'm getting that through, and you see those curls are clumping because we're pushing moisture into it. Famakin, hey. Famakin tuning in. Where you tuning in from? And do y'all blow dry your hair? Like, let me know. Do y'all blow dry? Do y'all do any kind of heat styling? Or are you scared? Be honest. Leave-in conditioner. And look at this. Thin. That's how you know it's thin. When it thins out like that, it's not too heavy. That means it's going to literally go into our hair. So I'm getting all of that. Let a leave-in conditioner be the first product to use for any style, especially if you want it to last long. Perfect. And then after that, I'm going in with Les Deux, which is my blow dry cream. Oh my God, y'all. If you're gonna blow dry your hair, a blow dry cream is so important. Nose a little itchy. And a blow dry cream is a game changer. You see how thin it is, but it's still thick, right? It still has some consistency, but it's still thin. And that's important because I want it to go into my hair. And a blow dry cream is a game changer because it has that heat protection. So it's gonna fight against the heat. It's gonna fight against heat damage. But then it also is a cream, so you see it's clumping my curls because it's going to push moisture into my hair, especially when you're blow drying your hair. You know, blow drying can really leave your hair feeling really crunchy and dry. Like, we don't want to like put all this deep conditioner, all this moisture in only for blow dry to just like dry our hair out. So that's why a blow dry cream is so important. Jessica says, for fine hair, what types of products should you use for like re-moisturizing routine before wash day? All right, so I'm gonna look at those curls come in, y'all. That's how you know this blow dry cream is really moisturizing my hair, because those curls are clumping together. So when it comes to re-moisturizing your hair throughout the week, to be honest with you, I don't do it. Like, I wash my hair once a week, and on wash day is when I put in all the products, and I really don't put in any more products in my hair between wash day. So the products that I use today is going to last in my hair until next wash day. I don't want to keep putting in products in my hair because that's just going to cause buildup. But if you do have to refresh your hair, I really just recommend, let's say if you wear wash and go, or if you have like a sleek bun or something like that, if you're wearing a wash and go, just a spray bottle is enough to really get your hair, to really reactivate the products, so you don't have to keep going in with more products. Water is enough, especially when you're doing a wash and go. If you're wearing like a sleek bun or something like that, you really shouldn't have to go in like re-moisturize the hair, because you're not manipulating it too much. It's already in its set style. So if you want to sleek it out again, then you can get like a little bit of like water and a little bit of like a lightweight oil just to like sleek it down. But you don't want to put too much in your hair. You really shouldn't have to. So then look at that. Y'all, look at that blow dry cream. And I'm going to let it sit in my hair. Perfect. And then last but not least, I'm going in with my amethyst oil. And the amethyst oil is great because it's a multi-use oil. It has heat protection as well, which is amazing. It helps speed up drying time. It's also thin, so it's not going to sit on top like a heavy oil. So this way, now I have two heat protectant products. The blow dry cream, it keeps my hair moisturized, it keeps it smooth. And then I have the oil, which is going to also seal all the moisture we just put into our hair. It's gonna seal it and it's gonna give me that added heat protection and add shine. A oil heat protectant is great for shine, and it is great for when you're about to like silk press the hair, because you're not gonna put a cream in once we're gonna flat iron. We're gonna go in with that oil heat protectant. So that's how I like to layer the products. First, you go in with the Emergency Miracle treatment, which is the leave-in conditioner. And then I used the blow dry cream, which is Lay Dew. Both are creams. And then I went in finally and used the amethyst oil, which is an oil. And that's going to seal in all that creamy goodness. And you can see it really just went right into the hair. But you can see those curls are still popping. Oh, my nose is getting itchy. Okay, let me see what y'all said. Vivian says, is On Jackie deep conditioner light enough for hair? Or you don't know? I don't know. I haven't used On Jackie's deep conditioner. But the good way for you to know if your products are lightweight is if you literally put it in your hand and then, looking for a clip, put it in your hand and then just spread it out. See how it's reacting. You know, like a good way to see it is that if you used like product on your hand, is it seeping into your hand or is it sitting on top? That's a good way to look at it, because you know when a product is like seeping into your skin and it's really moisturizing it from the inside out. So all your products, if you want to know if it's like heavy or thin, lightweight, literally just put it in your hand and see how it's reacting in your hand. Is it just sitting on your hand? Is it being heavy? Like if you use, for example, shea butter, like raw shea butter, you put that on your hand and it's just gonna sit there. It's gonna slowly, eventually seep into your skin, but it's too heavy. The molecules are too heavy, so that's why they normally sit on top. And let me just do the other side while I'm at it. So I just parted my hair into two sections, a back and a front. And these are the sections I'm going to use to blow dry. But I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going into leave-in first. So for example, this is the leave-in. This is the cream. But then when I thin it out, when I like spread it out, you see how thin it gets? That's how I know it's lightweight. Lily says, do you have any tips on figuring out your curl pattern? According to my new hair braider, I don't have 4C hair like I thought I did. So I love that you said that, because here's the thing is that everyone thinks they have 4C hair. They think if their hair is dry, it's 4C. Everyone thinks they have like the toughest hair texture to deal with. But the best way to see your curl pattern is to get your hair wet, y'all. Like when your hair is like, we can see it's like right now it's hard to see the curl pattern because it's like frizzy, you know what I mean? Because it's not really thoroughly moisturized. But once I start putting product, once I start putting water in it, the curls start to clump. That's the best time to assess your curls. And just a good rule of thumb, because everyone thinks you see the curls are starting to come out, that's the best time to assess what kind of curls you have. So when it comes to 4C hair, this is a good way I like to tell people to think of 4C hair. 4C hair, if you ever use braiding hair, and you see how like braiding hair is kind of like straight for the most part, but it has like some zigzag to it, that's what 4C hair really looks like. Like that is like, honestly, like what 4C hair looks like, because 4C hair doesn't really have a curl pattern. It's not like a curl, for real. And I love when I get 4C girls in my chair, because like it's so easy to blow it out because their hair is pretty much straight for the most part. You just stretch it out with the heat. But if your hair is not looking like braided hair, then for the most part you don't have 4C hair. Like my hair for real is like, you can see, this is a good example. You can see that, and you look, and when you want to look at curl patterns, look at the ends. So you can see that like for the most part it's loose, but then it gets really tight at the end. And like I said, my hair is very fine. So that's why I determined that I have 4A hair. So if you want to see, like this is 4A. You see, this is a great example of what 4A hair looks like. This is a little looser because, like I said, I like to do my bun. So then if you're always like zhuzhing and stressing out the hair, then it's going to be like a little bit looser. But look at those curls that's like deeper into the hair. That really shows you what kind of curl pattern you have. So this is a leave-in. See, I just be chatting with y'all. And then this is the blow dry cream again. See, cream, and then thin it out. It's heavier, but I can still thin it out. That's how you know that it'll go into the hair and not sit on top. So if you want to determine your curl pattern, get your hair wet. See what it looks like. See how those curls clump. 4B hair, so like if I said my hair is 4A, so that's 4A. You can totally tell right there. That's a 4A curl. 4B is more zigzag. So 4B, it'll literally look like Z's in the hair. And then 4C, like I said, it looks more like braided hair, to be honest. It's like more straight. It's like the straighter of the textures. Ooh, you can see I love how my hair looks when I put the blow dry cream in it. Perfect. And let me see what y'all said. So that's the Lay Do. That's my blow dry cream. And then Zizi says, can I use a serum instead of an oil? Yeah, a serum is great. It's the same thing. It's like the same. A serum is oil based, so it's the same thing. And Lily, yes, Timelessly Curly is the name of the brand. Those are the names of the products. Timelessly Myrna is the name of like my username and the website if you want to get the products. So you see that? And then after that, I'm going in with the oil, seal everything, added heat protection. My light went out. Vivian said, I went away. I didn't get to hear what you say about Aunt Jackie deep conditioner. I was asking if it's light enough for my thin hair. Yeah, so I answered that, Vivian. So basically what you want to do is get the deep conditioner and see how it reacts in your hand. Does it seep into your hand? If so, that means it's lightweight. Or does it sit on top like shea butter? You know what I mean? Perfect. And then I'm going to divide this section into two. Perfect. Perfect. Ooh, my stomach growling. Let me do this quick, y'all, because I have to take this dog out. He's being a good guy, though. You don't really hear him. Perfect. So now I have my 4 sections, 4 messy sections. And then now we're going to blow dry. Finally. Perfect. Let me get everything out the way. Let me see what else you have to say. Bubbly Black Girl says, yeah, I'm starting to think I have 4A hair or 4B. And here's the thing too, is that we have multiple hair textures on one head. That is very common for you to have multiple curl patterns in one head. And that is because that's just how our hair is. Everyone is like, oh my God, like usually in the front it's looser and up here is when it's the tightest, you know what I mean? Or around the back is when it's the loosest. But that is so common. Perfect. And Bubbly Black Girl says, how often do you blow dry your hair? I blow dry my hair literally every single week. I've been doing it like this for like a year and a half now. And I don't have any, y'all see, I don't have any heat damage. Like, this is because I take the initiative to put as much moisture into my hair. I deep condition every wash day. I use all the heat protectants that you saw, and I use a good blow dryer, and that's why I'm able to keep my curls even though I wash and blow dry my hair every single week. See, Bubbly Black Girl says, no, you don't have heat damage. Your hair looks healthy. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all stick to what I'm telling y'all, and you won't have heat damage either. Okay, so now I'm going in with the back. I'm going to do the back first. So now that has been sitting with the products, Bubbly Black Girl says, I need a good hot oil treatment recommendation. So I don't really think, if you're looking to moisturize your hair, don't do a hot oil treatment, get a good deep conditioner. Because like I said before, I don't know if you just joining in, oil will never moisturize your hair. You really want, if you're thirsty, are you gonna go for oil or are you gonna go for water? You're gonna go for water every time. So if your hair is dry, get a good moisturizing deep conditioner instead of an oil. So this is the first time that I'm using a detangling tool. And that's because I just want to make sure that I get all the tangles out so that it's going to be easy for me to run the blow dryer through my hair. So I like to use this type of detangling brush. It's called the Flex brush. So it's easy. It has some give to it, so it's not gonna like rip through my hair. And then it has the bristles, and then it has a little like nylon tips to it. And that's really gonna help me get through my hair and gonna help smooth it out at the same time too. And I love this thing. I've been using it for like maybe like 5 years now. Not the same exact brush, but the same exact brand. Perfect. You see? Helping spread the product, and it's detangling. Jessica says, I have a round brush type of blow dryer as well as a paddle brush type. Is there a specific type that works better for fine hair? I'm finding my hair gets too dry before I fully get it stretched. So when your hair is getting dry as you're blow drying it, it's not really in the blow dryer, it's in the prep before. So you want to make sure, are you deep conditioning? Are you using a blow dry cream, like creamy products that are going to keep your hair moisturized as you blow it out? Because this is the thing, is that blow dryer is a hot tool, so it's going to dry your hair. So you want to make sure you put as much moisture as possible first and then blow dry your hair. And then when it comes to type of blow dryers, you really want to get a blow dryer that's easy for you to use. Like, I know that's like such a like blanket statement, but it's true. Like, what is easy for you to use? I personally like to use blow dryers with comb attachments because it really just mimics me combing my hair, which is so easy for me to do. But I know some people like to use like the paddle brush blow dryers. They have the Rev Air, which is like basically a vacuum for your hair that gets your hair straight too. But it really is dependent on what is easiest for you to use. So like I said, I love to use a blow dryer with a comb attachment. So this is the Tymo Air Hype Light. They sent me this. This is not sponsored or anything like that, but I've been using it and I love this thing because it is so tiny. It's small, but it's mighty. And it looks like the Dyson blow dryers. And this is the thing, is that like Dyson, my dog's like, what's going on? The Dyson literally revolutionized blow dryers, so now they all kind of look like this. But I love this thing because it comes with a comb attachment, and it also has a diffuser as well and like a regular nozzle. So I use the regular nozzle, the concentration nozzle in the salon, and for myself I like to use the comb attachment. And I love this thing because it has a magnet. Did you hear it when it closed? That thing is on there. You know what I mean? I love that because a lot of times when you have attachments for your blow dryers, they don't stay on and you're like struggling to keep it on. But this thing stays on, even for my fine hair and for my thick girl clients, my thick hair clients as well. So before I use this, let me see what you had to say. Lily says, thank you for the knowledge. I can't wait to check in later and see your final results. Absolutely. Y'all, and like I said, if you can't watch the whole thing, catch a replay. Zizi said, I have the Revlon paddle brush blow dryer and I lose hair using it. It pulls my hair. So let me show y'all how I like to blow dry my hair so that I'm not like ripping my hair apart. So then, just so you know, I'm going to turn this on. This thing is a little bit on the loud side. So if you want to like low down your volume, now's a good time. And I like my settings that I use everything on high, y'all. I'm just used to using things on high because I'm trying to get through it. But if you just starting out with blow drying your hair, you can use like a little bit of like a lower setting. But high fan, lower heat. But everything's on high for me. High heat, high fan. So I'm turning this thing on. High heat, high fan. And I'm grabbing it here to help me get through it. So we just did one side, and it really, I'm trying to like see it, and it really gets like those roots nice and straight too, without like it being like scalding hot, which I really love. And then I literally recently just trimmed my ends. So those are, you see that? Ew. So what I like to do after I blow dry a section is that I get it and then I do a little bantu knot, because right when you finish blow drying a section, it starts to, as it cools off, it starts to shrink up a bit. So that's why I like to do a little bantu knot to keep it stretched as possible, as stretched as possible as it cools off. Bubbly Black Girl says, nice, and your hair still looks moist in that area. Exactly. That's because I put in as much moisture as I could before I put any heat to it. So once I'm done blow drying, it's still moisturized. I still feel the moisture in my hair. It doesn't feel dry and crunchy. So I'm going to do this front part as well. And I just want to point out, when I'm blow drying, like the thing to get the smoothest blow dry, I learned this in beauty school, is that you want to point the nozzle down, because what's that going to do is that it's going to tell your cuticles to lay down. And when your cuticles are laying down, we all know that like cuticles lay on top of each other like shingles. So when our hair cuticles are up, that's when we notice a lot of frizz, a lot of like friction. But when our cuticles are laying down, that's when it's the smoothest, okay? So when you're using a blow dryer, point down. Don't go like this. because that's putting direct heat onto your hair. But what we want to use the heat for is to teach it to lay the cuticles down. And what I like to do is that I like to grab, when I'm blow drying, I use the tension method. So what that means is that I'm not relying on the heat to get my hair straight. I'm really just using the tension to straighten the hair and then the heat to set the straightness, okay? So that's why we're going like this, we're going down, okay? So I'm gonna do it on this side and then I'm gonna answer some questions because I see that they're coming in. Put it back on high heat, high air. So if you wanna bring your volume down, you can do it now. Right, and we're back. Y'all, look how long it gets, right? And y'all saw how I was doing it, right? It's like literally just like brushing through my hair, but I'm not focused the heat like this. I'm going down. And that is why it gets so smooth at the end. And it's so quick. Like, that's why I love the products that you use when it comes to blow drying your hair. It really like makes blow drying so quick, so I don't have to use too much heat. And like I said, I'm going to grab that and I'm going to do a little bantu knot to set the stretch. Let's see what y'all said. Jessica said, is it true that you have to straighten curly hair to do a proper trim? I don't use heat often, so my stylist has to use a lot of heat to combat my hair from reverting. So this is it. When you are trimming your hair, you can do it two ways. You can do it wet or you can do it dry. So if you want the most precise, look how tiny it is. If you want the most precise trim, you want to do it on straight hair because then you could both see, you and your stylist can both see what those ends are talking about. You can clearly see the split ends, so you can get the most precise cut because you can cut it as you see it. The thing about doing a curly cut is that one, you're not gonna get the most like precise cut because we know that like curls, especially in different parts of our section of our hair, they can shrink more than other sections. So then sometimes one curl can stop, like if they say this is your scalp, one curl can stop here while the other curl can stop right here. So then when you cut the hair, it's like you can cut this, but this doesn't get touched. You know what I mean? So if you want the most precise cut, do it with your hair straightened. But then if you wear your hair curly majority of the time, then it's probably best to get a curly cut because you want to cut it how you're going to wear it. But what I like to do, personally, especially when I have new clients in the salon, I like to do a cut with their hair straight because it gives us the most precise cut. And I like to do it straight because if they wear their hair curly or straight, then they know that their hair can do both. Like if you want to straighten out your hair will still be properly even. Then if you were to do a curly cut, and then if you cut, let's say, go back to this example, if you do a curly cut and you cut this up to match up here, when you straighten that hair out, then it's gonna be like this because you weren't precise with it. Does that make sense? So if you are a curly girl and you wear your hair curly all the time, cut your hair curly. But if you like to change it up, wear your hair curly or straight, then, and you want like a precise cut, you haven't had your hair cut in a minute, you want to do it straight. Zizi said, your hair looks so soft. Yes, thank you. That's because when your hair is soft, that means it's moisturized. Because we all know when your hair is dry, it looks stiff. It looks hard. I love that y'all talking to each other. That's cute. Let's get this little community going. And I'm going to do the other side. Oh, before I even do that, let me show y'all. Now I'm going to do this side first, and then I'm going to show y'all the comparison. So I'm going to put the blow dry back on. So if you need to adjust your volume, by all means do that. You can see how straight that gets. And it's straight all the way to the roots without burning me. I love that. And like I said, I'm going to Bantu knot that so I can set the stretch. Oops, lost my twist. Perfect. And then, oh, my stomach is growling. Let me know if y'all hear that. That's crazy. All right. Black bubbly black girl said shrinkage is real. Yes, so real. I'm gonna show y'all. So this is curly. And then before I even take this out, you can tell that I have fine hair because I literally, this is 1/4 of my hair. And look how tiny that Bantu knot is. That's how you know you have fine hair, when you can take a whole section and it's so tiny. It's so tiny. So this is curly, and then this is straight. Shrinkage is real. Come on. Shrinkage is so real. So let's just do this final section, and then I'll show y'all how I set my hair every week. So this is the time to get y'all last minute questions out because we're about to finish up. House says, yo, what's up, House? Yo, back. ZC says, I wish your products were available in Nigeria. I'm thinking about how to do international, y'all, but the shipping is so expensive. But work with me. Give me some time. I'm trying to get it to y'all. Straight to the point says, I try to keep my hair soft. My hair is so bad. I have to nearly go skinhead, as in razors or electric shavers go dull after 2 trims. If your hair is hard, that means, and it's dull, that means it doesn't have enough moisture in it. So I want to ask you, like, how are you, see how long that light lasts. So how often are you washing your hair? I recommend people to wash and deep condition their hair weekly, if not bi-weekly. So if your hair is hard and dull, that means it needs more moisture. Bubbly Black Girl says, this part is so satisfying. I love it. Vanessa says, what type of hair would you say you have? I have 4A hair. And that's because you can't really see it now because I literally just brushed it out. But you want to look at the coils of your hair. Look at the end of your coils, of your curls. And they'll give you a good depiction of what your curl type is. Like I said, my hair is 4A. And I compare 4C hair in my experience to, if you ever seen braided hair, like it's kind of straight, but it has some zigzags to it. Braided hair is what I consider like 4C hair because it doesn't have a curl. It's not a curl. It's more like zigzaggy. But then when you have 4B hair, that's when you see like actual like Z's. Like it looks like actual Z's. So I have like 4A, but then I do have some 4B in my hair as well. So yes, I would say I have 4A hair, if that helps you decipher where your hair is. And the best way, I've said this before, it's for you to determine what kind of hair type you have, is to get your curls wet. Get them sopping wet, even have a little bit of deep conditioner in it, and then those curls are gonna clump, and then you'll better be able to judge what kind of hair type you have. Oh, my light keep going out. All right. And then let me just do this last question. This last section. Jessica says, yes, that makes perfect sense. I was just curious on if that could cause possible heat damage, even though it's not frequently happening. A large amount of heat at once can be alarming also. Yeah, I'm doing this so I can teach y'all, like, don't be afraid of heat. You don't have to be afraid of heat. If your hair is moisturized properly, and you know if your hair is moisturized properly or not, and you know if you're moisturizing your hair enough. If you moisturize your hair enough, you don't have to worry about heat damage. Because this is how I like to tell my clients, a wet log doesn't burn. That means if you keep your hair moisturized, it won't burn or experience any heat damage because it's properly moisturized. But if your hair is dry like hay, that thing is gonna go up in flames, y'all. So if you're gonna blow dry your hair, if you're gonna put any heat to your hair, make sure you are properly moisturizing it, deep conditioning it, put as much moisture as you can as possible. So let's do this last section. So if you want to lower your volume, by all means. that's the Timeout Air Hype Light, also linked in the description. All right, and like I said, I'm gonna look how fine my hair is, y'all. Like if I were to do a ponytail, I can't go out like that. Perfect. And like I said, I'm going to do a little Bantu knot because this is just gonna set the stretch as it cools down. I want it to like start as stretched as possible because we know as our hair like dries, it like starts to shrink. You know what I mean? So like in the beginning of wash day, a little Bantu knots. So in the beginning of wash day, it's going to be like the strand is going to be like all stretched out, but then as my hair dries throughout the week, it's going to like slowly go like this. So I want to set the stretch set as long as possible to give me a stretched hair for longer. And then as the week goes, it can start shrinking. So let me see what it says, what y'all saying. Bubbly Black Girl says she has good energy. That's probably why you're watching. Oh, thank you. I try to have good energy. I'm trying to give y'all value. You know what I mean? Like if you're just joining in, I'm actually a curly hairstylist. So like, I'm not just pulling this out of nowhere. Like I've had experience not only in my experience, but in my clients, and it's really helping y'all. And I know a lot of people want to be like straight naturals because it's so easy. It's easier to deal with your hair straight than when it's in its curly state, especially if you're transitioning from being in relaxers or anything like that, or if you're like used to being in a protective style. Sometimes I like to recommend to my new clients that if dealing with your own curls is like so stressful, then you want to start incorporating washing and deep conditioning, but then you can start experimenting with some heat styling because blow drying is like having your hair blown out and straight is easier to deal with, let's be honest. So especially if you're like new on your journey, then I don't say shy away from heat. Heat can be your friend if you know how to do it. Gracie says you're so pretty. Thank you, Gracie. I love your voice also. Oh, thank you. I'm from Brooklyn, so that's my little accent if y'all was wondering where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn. Bubbly Black Girl says great analogies. Yes, thank you. Like let me tell you something, like if you remember that, then you will not struggle when it comes to heat. Literally keep your hair moisturized. Bilal says hello. Hey Bilal. Okay, so now that we have our Bantu knots, everything is properly stretched out and set with a Bantu knot, I'm going to show you how my easy to go bun that I do every single day, y'all. I literally do this every single day, and my hair has been growing. So I'm gonna do this one last because when you take down a Bantu knot, you want to twist in the opposite direction that you did it in, and that's gonna help calm down. Perfect. And like I said, I have fine hair, so like these out styles are not for me because I don't have enough like volume for it. So I like to do like, if you have fine hair, like updos and anything like that will be your best friend. Anything that's gonna clump your hair all together is the best option for you, especially when you have fine hair. All right, and I'm just gonna lightly brush everything out. And my hair feels soft, y'all. Y'all can see it. It looks soft. Let me see if I get this light. This light is holding on for dear life. But I want y'all to see it. Perfect. And you still see, it still has some shine to it. Like, that's how you know your hair is moisturized after a blow dry. See, I got some length, but like, I don't have enough hair, y'all. So that's why like, I have to do my up styles and everything like that. And I like to do my extensions. So, okay. So this is literally what I do every single week. I'm gonna grab my rat tail comb and I'm gonna go in the middle. I like to do a little middle part. Ooh, that came out nice. That was easy. And then I'm gonna get an ouchless hair tie. This is by Goody. A nice elastic band. Well, this one's a little Let me get another one. Perfect. Little elastic band. So this is just like my regular detangling brush. And I'm just gonna smooth it out. I literally do this every week. It's so easy. But it's helping me keep my ends tucked, and it's helping me grow out my hair. And I'm literally just going to, let me see if I can just bring this chair around so I can show you. Oh, there goes the light again. Turn this around for y'all so I can show you. Perfect. I'm just gonna gather all my hair. Get my brush again. Right? Gather all my hair. And I'm just smoothing out. I'm not really being tight or anything like that. 1, 2, and then tuck it in. Like I said, tuck in those ends, right? And then I leave it there. And then let me get a scrunchie, because I like to get a scrunchie. Hold on. I like to get a scrunchie. I have this satin scrunchie. I have different colors because I like to match my outfits. So I have this, right? I'm just going to place that right over. I'm going to fluff it out. And then I'm going to fan this open. I like to fluff it out a bit. Perfect. And that's literally how I do my hair every week. I feel like my middle part is like a little slanted. But that's literally how I do my hair every week, y'all. And the reason why it's growing out my hair is because, like you saw, those ends are tucked away. It's not rubbing against anything. It's not snagging against my clothes. Like I said before, the ends of your hair are the oldest part of your hair. So if you keep putting tension on them, if you keep putting friction on them, they're gonna break off, and then your hair is gonna be stuck at the same length for longer than you want it to. So like I said, tuck those ends away. Tuck those ends away. And a bun will get you far. I literally use this every day casually. And if I want to go somewhere, it still works. Just put in another kind of bow, another kind of accessory, and it looks good. When it comes time for bed, I use a bonnet. Exactly. Bubbly Black Girl said, nice and easy. Exactly. We ain't got time to be doing all these styles, y'all. Blow it out, put in a bun, and keep it pushing. Gracie says, such a pretty blue color. Yes, absolutely. I love it. I have a whole bag of different kind of scrunchies, all different colors, and I mix and match depending on what I'm wearing. I love it. Absolutely. So I think that's all the questions, y'all. But yeah, like I said, I do this every single week, and my hair is growing. And what I need to be better at is literally doing like moving the bun in different kind of areas. But I think on the next live, I'm gonna show y'all a bun that I brought back, and it makes my hair look so good, and it's so easy. This is my thing: simple, easy styles. Low manipulation is gonna get you far. So if you are like trying to think about like straightening your hair, blow drying your hair, don't be afraid, y'all. Just make sure that you're putting in as much moisture as you can, and then go ahead and blow dry your hair. And you can see my hair it's gonna be moisturized like until next wash day. I don't put in any extra product. I don't put in I don't do too much manipulation. Literally in the morning, let's say I was sleeping and then it got crazy, I just get this brush, it's a gentle brush, and literally just smooth everything over and then put it right back. And it really gets me from wash day to wash day. I don't put anything else in my hair. And then Bubbly Black Girl says, glad I caught this live. My first time here and I subscribed. Hope I can catch you on the next live. Yes, I'm so happy that y'all are finding like value out of this. This is why I'm showing up for y'all. I just want to normalize wash day, which is why I'm always like washing my hair on these lives. So you can get like the tips and tricks, because if wash day is much easier for y'all, then y'all will be able to stick with it, and then you'll be able to see your hair transform. Okay. So if you haven't yet subscribed so you can catch the next live. This is gonna be a replay, so if you need to look back and like get any more questions answered, see any techniques again, by all means catch it on the channel. And let me see the last questions. Jessica said, what would you suggest for combating hard water? Sorry, last question. I have a well, so I have hard water. House subscribe. Ow, House, I'm happy you subscribed. Bubbly Bad Girl said, now Jessica, that's a good question. That's a great question. If you have hard water, you probably notice that your hair gets really dry, because hard water is the calcium and minerals built up in that water. That's like when the water hits the rocks as it's going through to your house, that it's picking up all the calcium, all the minerals and all that stuff from the rocks. So, and it comes out into your faucet. If you don't know if you have hard water, look at your faucet, look at your tub. If you have like a white buildup that's happening around the faucet, if you have a white buildup that's happening around your tub, then most likely you have hard water. And the problem with hard water is that it really dries out the hair and it puts buildup on the hair. So the way to combat hard water, if you have it, is to clarify your hair. Clarify shampoo is great. You should always have a clarifying shampoo, Jessica. Always make that be your first shampoo. Something that's gonna really clarify your hair, detox your hair, but not strip it. You know, you don't want any more dryness. And then follow up with a moisturizing shampoo. You can also do an apple cider vinegar rinse every so often. I would say probably like once a month would be good for you. Because apple cider vinegar also is a good like clarifying detox, and it's gonna take all that buildup from the calcium from the hard water off of your hair. It's really important to know if you have hard water or not, because that is a huge factor in if your hair is gonna be dry. So Jessica, just do that. And then also I have in my Amazon storefront that is linked to this video and on my channel, I have a hard water test strips. So if you don't know for sure if you have hard water, you can get those strips and test the water that's in your home to see if you have hard water or not. And then if you do, grab a good clarifying shampoo that's going to detox your hair, or use apple cider vinegar as well. You can interchange them. And then also there are water filters that you can also buy. Jessica says she tested it, and yes, for sure she does. Okay, so then definitely get a clarifying shampoo. And also there are water filters for your shower head. So you could also look for that as well. You could also get that on Amazon, and it's gonna help filter the water so your water isn't as harsh. So a good shower head filter and a good clarifying shampoo, and then you should be set. Don't worry about that. And especially if someone who travels a lot, hotels, motels, they have a ton of hard water as well. So if you're traveling, bring a clarifying shampoo with you as well. All right, y'all, so that is it. I have to take the dog out. The dog's looking at me crazy. So I'll catch you on the next live. I'm trying to do this bi-weekly, so subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you later. Okay, love you guys. Bye.